Hey, good morning, Troutman locals. I just want to provide a little bit of an update after the Planning and Zoning Board meeting the other night. I'm going to try to do this quick. My last video was 10 minutes long. On the table at the planning meeting were a few different developments. The primary one was a 264 house development called, I think, Rocky Creek subdivision, right at the intersection of Ostwalt, Amity, and Highway 21, southwest of there. It's for 264 homes, 92 or 91 houses, single family homes, and 170-ish townhomes. The property is zoned agricultural. The request was to rezone it as mixed use so that right now they can't build on it because it's agricultural. They want to rezone it as mixed use to put in 264 homes and 2 commercial buildings. The meeting went pretty much like I had explained previously. City planning director started a presentation saying all the reasons this would just be wonderful for the city of Troutman, that it's affordable. It's going to provide affordable housing for our police, firemen, teachers, things like that, which is not true at all because the prices of these houses, as per the developer, range from 275 to over 300 for the townhomes, and the single family homes are about 330 to $425,000. So that's not affordable housing in the slightest. Promotes walkability, which is big for the city, and I'll speak to that in a minute. And provides retail and commercial, which is a high priority to Troutman, at least to the employees of the city. According to them, it's highly desirable. The developer got up and talked about it. Said that, we're going to build a pool for the community, for the living community, not for the city of Troutman. That'll provide a pool. There's lots of green space. We're going to put a berm to protect the adjoining landowners so they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Minor improvements to utilities and traffic and things like that. But overall, they want to take 55 acres that is presently zoned as agricultural and put 264 homes on it. I will say they did specify the internal, the townhomes inside have 2 car spaces, a single car garage, and a parking spot in the driveway. The external townhomes have double car garages, so 2 cars in the driveway, room for 2 cars in the driveway, and 2 cars in the garage. And then all the houses have at least 4 spaces. So if you do the math and assume 2 cars per household of 260 homes, it's over 500 cars. If you assume more because of the townhomes that have double car garages and all the 92 single family homes that have up to 4 spaces, you're looking at a lot of cars. It's America. We have lots of cars. There were a handful of people that spoke, adjoining landowners that were not happy, and I understand. There's a gentleman that owns 2 chicken houses. He's been in business and had those chicken houses since 1972. They adjoin the property. I can understand his concerns because this is his livelihood. It's farmland. He has chicken houses, regardless of how you feel about chickens or chicken houses. He's been tucked back there. I've lived here for 2 years and I didn't know those existed until about 6 months ago when I drove back there. They don't smell and I live pretty close by him. They don't smell. They don't make noise. Never knew they were there. I can understand his concern with having townhomes butting up against his chicken houses, worried about kids or people heckling his chickens, and potentially mounting a community outreach to get his chicken farm shut down. And so I can understand his concerns very much. A few people spoke. I posed questions as to why walkability is preferred or what walkability is. That's providing commercial and residential things near within walking distance of people's homes, or green spaces. I'm for green spaces. I think the Greenway downtown Troutman is awesome. I don't see anybody from downtown Troutman, even if it existed, walking all the way to Ostwalt Amity Road. Don't envision that happening. They want to put in walkability, so commercial within close proximity to residential. I don't know very many people that, even if they can walk to the grocery store, still walk to the grocery store, because then they got to carry all their groceries home. It's just not the way people do things in America, it seems. With regards to why retail and commercial is preferred, the city manager said that they constantly get requests for new grocery stores, new restaurants, and that kind of thing. I understand that. I pointed out to him that the townsfolk that I talked to while they think that's a good idea, when they come to understand that it's going to take 6 more subdivisions and 4 more commercial warehouses and 5,000 people and all the cars and stuff, and that's going to put on our community, most people are okay still driving to Statesville or Mooresville to get their groceries. I just went to Target this morning. No skin off my back. I have happily drive to Statesville or Mooresville to get groceries or things like that, to avoid having the influx of that. So you have to help people understand that. I'm going to record a separate video about the desire for those kinds of growth. But if you want those amenities, it comes at the expense of growth. So the retail commercial is preferred. Regarding this development, the developer offered they don't have those commercial out parcels, those commercial buildings rented yet. They have interest from several medical facilities. So the theory of we want walkability to businesses, well, I don't know anybody that goes to the dentist or the doctor or a medical place weekly. And so if it was a grocery store, I could understand the value of walkability, someplace you're going to go, or restaurant go regularly. Most people don't go to that. So that walkability to the types of businesses that the developer has interested in those commercial places is not really, it kind of doesn't hold water. So that's kind of the points that I spoke of. Again, this is all about preserving Troutman and the wonderful community we enjoy, our country land. This development would take 55 acres of agricultural land that it's currently logged, which is not wonderful to look at, but it's better than a subdivision. It would turn that into a subdivision. And so one of the draws of Troutman is the country. We're in the country. It's a small town. I know a ton of people that moved here because they wanted that small town. And if we allow developments like this to continue coming in, we're going to have nothing but subdivisions. It's going to be unsightly. We're going to lose the beautiful landscape and aesthetics that we have that make Troutman unique and bring people here, or have brought people here, and turn it into a Mooresville or a Huntersville with astronomical traffic. So to wrap this up, the Planning and Zoning Board voted and recommended that the City Council deny the request. They voted 4-1. One person was for this rezoning request, 4 against. So they cited the recommendation to deny the rezoning request because it's inconsistent with the future land use plan. I don't want to confuse people. The future land use plan does allow for this 55 acres to be rezoned as residential from agricultural, but not not the type of rezoning they want. It allows it to be rezoned as residential, not mixed use. So not for commercial or mixed use purposes. And so it does not fall in line. This proposed development does not fall in line with the future land use plan for that reason. I made the comment. It's 2018. It started in 2018 was that plan. It's 2021. If we rush, even if this fell within the future land use plan, if we rush to maximize the future land use plan, now there's going to be nothing. There's going to be no plan left for the future. So it doesn't fall within that. So now it goes to City Council on December 9th. December 9th is important. They're going to vote on this development. They're going to vote on the fulfillment center. So we need people to show up en masse. I'll provide talking points for this development as well as the fulfillment center. There's another piece of property that was on the docket the other night, 6 acres over off of State Park Road. That developer wants to put in 6 to 9 houses on 6 acres, half-acre lots, reasonable, slow development. I want to talk to a lot of you to help illustrate that type of growth versus this type of growth, and why we as a community have to understand how it works and the give and the take. So I want to talk about that. We're working to put on a community meeting for all of us to get together to talk about these things before the December 9th vote. So probably Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday most likely of next week. Location and time to be determined. Please comment. If you'd like to be there, please get on the email list at fortroutman, Troutman.org, so I can send emails about, my wife is calling me, emails about this meeting, as well as talking points about all this planning stuff. So please tell your friends, please comment on this video. Please come to the community meeting we're going to put together next week. Sorry, this still ended up to be 10 minutes. There's just a lot of information. I want to be clear. I want to be concise, keep people updated. Plan to come to a community meeting so we can talk about all this, ask questions. ask about planning, ask about utilities, ask about development, ask about the future land use plan. Provide good information so we as a community can hold the council members and the town employees accountable to slow, manageable growth collectively. Thanks.